Are we live? There we
We're
go.
live.
We're live.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Julia.
Hi, Yasso.
I just pulled Julia in for a little live because in 2 days she's starting energy pulls again. I know she's done many, 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 and so I was like, oh, let's have a conversation about this because maybe you've heard about energy pulls, maybe you don't, maybe you've been playing with the energies, and so maybe we can start with what are energy pulls.
Yeah, it's a good place to start. So I actually had so Gary Douglas is this really cool guy who's the founder of Access Consciousness. I know he's personally changed your life. He's personally changed my life. And I actually did a private session with him 9 years ago when I started Access Consciousness. And one of the things that he said in that session was, Julia, you need to do energy pulls every single day for 3 months and see what shows up in your life and your business. And I was like, okay. And
Let's
so
do
I
it.
did. Yeah, I did. And it changed so much for me. And so basically what an energy pool is it's a place where you ask for all these energies that you would like to have in your life that you don't currently have, or things you have where you'd like to have more. And it's very energetic. So it's like you ask for, if you want a Ferrari, it's like you actually ask for the energies behind the Ferrari. So instead of saying, I want a Ferrari, you go, I'd like to have so much speed and adventure in my life. And I'd like to have the energy of wealth that I think a Ferrari will give me. And I'd like to have the energy of being noticed and being judged and being seen. And it's like, I'd like to have the energy of luxury and something where every time I get in my car, it's like, I have a friend who's a firefighter. She's a female firefighter in Canada. And she's like, Julia, every time there's a fire and I get in my fire truck and drive it, I get such a hard on. So it makes me think of her. But anyways, when you're driving something that gives you a hard on, and it's like these things where it's like, it's not about the Ferrari. People want these energies in their life and they think that a Ferrari will give it to them, but that doesn't actually work. That's not the most effective way of asking. The effective way of asking is looking for the energy behind something and then asking for that. So with the energy pulls, we get the energies of all the things that you'd like to have. You know, nurturing and caring people who want to see you change, never want you to be less. You know, it's like always having peace with money and knowing that every month there's going to be money coming in that's going to give you the ease to do the things that you'd like to do. I mean, there's so many energies that we don't allow into our lives because they're not the energies that we grew up around. They're, you know, we're used to the energies of pain and suffering. So, and some happiness, but it's usually like not sustainable. We get really happy. Yeah. And we're like, when is this going to go away?
Yeah.
This is going to be so bad.
Who or what could I invite to take this away?
Exactly. We're crazy. So this is about getting all these energies and then asking the universe to contribute with them. And recently in Access, we've been talking a lot about the more you engage with others, the more you engage with the universe, the better your business does. It's a direct correlation. So it's not about sitting at your computer and making the right graphic and putting it out. It's about going to the store and like having an interaction with you know the foods that you're buying, with saying hi to the people. You know, it's like it's also talking on the phone and even noticing things in the earth, like when you're going for a walk, like how engaged are you with your environment or how disengaged. And so doing an energy pull is an amazing way of engaging with the universe, and it adds so much generative energy into your life. And I'm doing this series in 2 days because I want more of this in my life. This series is for me. I don't care if anybody comes. I am doing this and I am having that engagement, and I want to ask for more and more and more engagement in my life.
And I love that.
I have been doing these energy pulls for 30 days in a row. My life is always on the move, always being created so much. So sorry, go ahead.
No, I love this because like sometimes I see people, oh, I've done an energy pulse series, and now you're like, well, but I started with it like 9 years ago when I actually started with Access Consciousness, and now I see you doing. I think you do them every year at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is, and it's not a one-time thing. You know, it's like some of these things, it's like we've been so what's the word? Like taken, like we're so not the way that we actually are meant to be, like with consciousness and happiness. Like we're so far from that in so many things. Like every time you're in pain and every time you want to fight and every time things seem impossible and horrible. And I was actually just saying to Anthony, who is, you know very well, and
Who you pulled in?
yeah, he's
What
for the energy pulls. He's like, I have a cool husband because I did energy pulls. I mean, it's like, how can you have a bigger testimonial than that? It's like, good point. Yeah, so
I love it.
that's such a good point. And it's like, so I was talking to him this morning, and I was like, we just went to the we went to the Starbucks because it was like,
wait, you just cut it out. You were talking to him this morning, and then you were gone for me. I hope.
oh, thank you. Yeah. So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I was talking to him this morning, and I was like, get out of the house, because normally we're traveling, and now I'm not traveling as much, and so I'm like, my body loves like getting up, going to the store, putting on clothes, putting on makeup, saying hi to everybody, like, doing all those things are actually the ways that we create our business and create money and create our lives. And so I'm so excited for the energy pulls because somebody's asking, Ashif is asking, how does an introvert do that? It's like the energy pulse is one of the ways. If you're really an introvert, you still can engage with the universe and receive from the universe and be those energies. It's just so magical. And it's like, I get these crazy stories from people who are like, there was one guy who like showed me pictures of his like wood, he like built out in his backyard this like stone pizza oven that was like half of his backyard. It was like this huge stone hearth oven that he built. And he's like, I just never could have built this before the energy pulls, but everything showed up for me to build this because of the energy pulls that I did. And I'm like, wow, it's like somebody else got engaged because of the energy pulls. Somebody else, created having an amazing, wonderful, beautiful boyfriend that they've been crushing on but didn't have the courage to talk to, and had an amazing relationship. It's like I mean, money, it's like I just don't see why we're not doing this. And it's like I would love to see people being more engaged with the universe and doing these pulls. So
I love, and now that you're talking about it, wow, it's also like such a big part of being present, of choosing to be present in every part of your life that you wish to grow, and to just practice that every day.
Such a good way of putting it. Yeah. So that's exactly what it is. It is totally being present.
And so how is this going to work? So we have 30 days.
Yeah. So 30 days, and everybody, we're going to have a Facebook group. And so after you pay, you get put into the Facebook group. And then I go live every day and do the energy pull. And then right after the live, I have a wonderful lady who's going to take the audio and put the audio into a downloadable file so that you guys can put it on your iPhone and listen to it when you don't have the internet, when you're on your walk or whatever.
So maybe we can give the people that are watching now or later already like a little thing. Like what are you looking at creating? And maybe then look at, okay, have you really been playing with the energy behind it? Have you been working with the energy that will allow that to come to fruition? And is actually joining this 30-day series gonna boost and accelerate that?
Yeah, that's that question is a great question. And it's like, we just have so much that we're capable of, but we were always taught to just get it right and do things the right way. Rather than, if you are asking for contribution, does that mean that you've got it right? Or does that mean that you have to realize I don't have everything I want? Maybe there's more that I can receive. And so it's like, I see why people don't ask for the contribution of the universe because, like, literally it's been conditioned. Like, don't ask for contribution, get it right. Don't ask for contribution, get it right. And we're like, okay, okay, okay. And then we start perpetrating that on ourselves. And it's like, this is so the opposite of that. It's so, well, it's actually a reality beyond it totally. And it's so the way that we are designed to be. We're so, when we're being us, we are receiving so much contribution from the universe. And the energy pulls are how you ask for that contribution.
Wow, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm so excited. Like, we get to do this every day. Like,
yeah, and yes, it's like, you know, if you start, I just perceived when you were talking, like, wow, when you start to engage with the universe, there will be a lot of things that you ask for that will start showing up, but there's maybe so much more that you'll start to discover that you could start asking for that maybe before you just thought like, well, never mind, that will never be for me, or I cannot do that, or I could not create that.
Totally. And I think that like we don't really even know what we want to ask for. You know, it's like so much of life has been beaten out of us. It's like doing grown-up life is so not fun. And it's like what I love about these classes of energy pulls is like I give you ideas of things to ask for that are completely beyond this reality that people are always like, what? I can ask for that? Like I can ask for that kind of like peace and nurturing and magic and speed and adventure and sense of possibilities. And we talk about all areas of life, and then I give these ideas of things that you can add and you can put in your energy ball to start pulling energy for. And that's really fun, is like when people don't even know what what the energies are. It's like I love working with people to like ask them like what part of this would you like, and like, you know, what I mean, because we just don't even we so don't have so many of these things that are so true to us. That is like when somebody says, hey, what about this? And then you ask the universe to contribute to that. It's like, yes, I can ask for that, and I can ask for contribution, and then it shows up. It's like, wow, that's a really good system.
Yeah. I love it. And so is it today that you did one, or that you're going to do one in your group?
I did one 2 hours ago. I did one.
Cool.
So you guys can find that on YouTube. It's called What is an Energy Pull? And it's on YouTube. I think it's What is an Energy Pull? This is a full explanation of energy pulls.
Oh, maybe we can post it underneath this as well. Let's see.
Yeah.
If we find it, we'll post it underneath this, as well as the registration link. So I think it's like $150. Is that correct?
It's $150. If you're in India, it's like $97. If you are in 80% countries, it's like 120. So
for 30 days with Julia, there is a group. You can let other people inspire you. You can ask questions. So I would say if you want to grow your life, step on the train.
Yay! Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Guys. Thanks so much for doing this. And thank you to everybody out there listening, watching the replay of this. And it's like, what else can you guys create, you know? And what else have you not yet asked for? And where have you bought that this reality is the only thing possible? Because there are a cool group of people who are living beyond this reality. And it's like, what if you could live this reality and have the power of you, you know?
I love it.
Awesome.
Thanks. See you soon.
So much. Bye.
Bye.